What is up, everybody? I'm back. I haven't been on the show in 3 weeks, but we took 2 weeks off. I'm ready to talk some stuff. We lost a legend in the comedy world slash children's television world, and I can't wait to talk a little bit about that. Also, today's show is sponsored by Fandango. I am so happy to be able to say that. Recently we've been getting these sponsorship offers, and it's been really, really cool. But I want to know, if you're heading out to the movies, reserve your seat before the show on Fandango. Find times and buy tickets to your favorite theater fast and easy on the Fandango app and fandango.com. Every movie, every feeling, every time, that's Fandango. And guys, today we are giving away free $15 gift cards. All you have to do is answer some trivia questions. Some maybe about Paul Reuben, some maybe about just movies in general. It's going to be a good time. I'm so glad that we've got this chat living up already. Frankie, we love you too, buddy. Thank you so much for tuning in. I mean, you were in the comments 10, 15 minutes before we started, so thank you. We love that. And Largo's Lair, what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in the comments. I need to get back on my watching all of you guys do your toy shows because I absolutely love it. And yeah, we're back. And I want to start the podcast. It's sadly that I'm starting it on a down note. We lost Paul Rubens, and it's really, really sad because recently at a garage show, actually, I picked up Pee-wee's Playhouse, the series on Blu-ray, and I ended up selling it on eBay because it was going for some money. But now I kind of wish I'd kept it because it would have been fun to watch, revisit. I did recently, I've been looking for Pee-wee's Big Adventure for about 2 months now, and I did get motivated to go out and get it because I owned it. I don't know what happened to my copy, and I plan on watching that tonight. But I mean, I loved Pee-wee Herman as a kid, and I watched all of it. I don't remember an ounce of Big Top Pee-wee, but I know I've seen it. I saw it in theaters. I loved seeing him show up as Pee-wee Herman in Cheech and Chong's next movie. I liked it when he got his comeback because, everything that happened in 1990, it was greatly exaggerated in the media and the press and so forth. And he got a bum rap for that particular incident. And I was really happy to see his comeback with Pee-wee on Broadway and then Pee-wee's Big Holiday, which I haven't seen yet. I'm guilty of it. I wanted to see it. It's on Netflix. And I'm going to take the time to definitely check that out. But, from Mystery Men to what a very awesome performance in Blow.
I love the spleen.
Yeah.
Such a great character.
But he gave a terrific performance in the movie Blow. Like, he could act as well as be super funny. And I was flipping through, Facebook Reels or whatever they call them, and they had Paul Reuben. So it was right after he got arrested in 1990, and he came out on the MTV Movie Awards or Music Awards, one of those two award shows, and he got a standing ovation. Maybe it was the Emmys. He got a standing ovation from the crowd. So a lot of people, were there for him and supported him. It's just unfortunate that hit his career, and he had to take a few times weeks off. And yeah, Largo, it was ahead of its time. Pee-wee's Playhouse would have been one of the biggest things now, bigger than it was then, because it was pretty big back then too. But,
80s, 90s prudishness cut off his career is the boon of his career way too early. Like, man, looking back on it now, you're like, what's the big deal? What was the big deal about that whole scandal? Oh my God.
It was in an adult theater too, which is not again, the story got exaggerated in the media because that's not the story I heard growing up from, word of mouth.
Right.
You go back and you see it and it's like, I mean, what else are you supposed to do in those theaters? I would never go to those theaters because that's what I expect people are doing in those theaters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of sticky seats.
Yeah. Also,
yeah.
That's why it's those theaters. Now, if it wasn't another type of theater,
an AMC,
an AMC or something like that, probably would get a second glance. But the fact that it was like you said, Jason, blown out proportion. Like, looking back on now, I didn't think much of it as a kid. Like you said, it's like we heard exaggerated campfire stories about whatever happened to Pee-wee, and now it's just like, man, what could have been. But I'm glad we got what we got. Like you said, phenomenal career, versatile comedian, actor, Like you look back at Pee-wee's Playhouse now, and how there's just so much like adult humor, also kind of just bubbling underneath the surface of all the childishness of it. Like, yeah, absolutely, because that's a character like he established in his like improv comedy days. It
Yep.
was meant to be more adult oriented, and so yeah, tremendous talent lost. I didn't even realize he was 70 years old. That's the thing. I thought he was.
I
Yeah,
thought he was way younger than that. Like he aged very well, and then when he came
looked
back
great.
as Pee-wee, he looked like Pee-wee Herman. Pee-wee Herman first made his film debut in Cheech and Chong movie. Like that blows my mind. Like that's the first introduction we got to this character. But yeah, Paul Rubens, you were a talent. Like Mike said, I know a lot of people on social media was like, I was today years old when I found out Pee-wee Herman was 70 years old. Like, I don't think anybody realized how old he was because he was an eternal, young guy. Like we all thought of him as Pee-wee Herman, and he was writing 2 Pee-wee projects when he passed away, and I hope that somehow we get to see some form of those.
And also another talent who, kept aside from, again, that one thing that cropped up in the 90s, kept a lot of his private life to himself, because I never even knew he was diagnosed. Like,
no, he kept it a secret.
It sucks. Cancer sucks, everybody.
It does. Yes, Pee-wee TV show was fun, Frankie. And then Largo says Pee-wee and Weird Al are both artists who could thread that thin line between adult satire and children's entertainment.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agree.
Absolutely. Justin, you're on the younger side. What was your experience with Pee-wee Herman?
Yeah, you baby.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, just his what Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I think that's the only really Pee-wee thing I saw or remember seeing. And like, I remember I remember vaguely the whole incident thing and like the news coverage for it. But like, I don't know. It just kind of, I haven't really thought much about Pee-wee until that. But to your point, like it was a bad rap. It seemed like it was something that maybe was blown out of proportion in today's standards, and kind of, I don't know. It's wild. It's unfortunate. It seemed like he helped a lot of people.
Did you like Pee-wee's Big Adventure? I'm curious.
Yeah, it's been forever since I watched it. I've not watched it as an adult, but I think childhood me liked it.
Watch it as an adult. It's a very different experience.
I believe it. It's probably a lot of adult undertones.
It's a Tim Burton movie too. Like it's Tim Burton's first film.
Yeah, it's his breakout.
How about that? Yeah. That's wild. I didn't know that.
I appreciate the fact that Tim Burton, even after the scandal, kept putting Paul Rubens in his projects.
Oh yeah,
he was in quite a few of them, and I liked him as Penguin's, dad in Batman Returns, and then he came back to play Penguin's dad on Gotham.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like again, everyone will most likely remember him mainly for Pee-wee, but I appreciate that whenever I was able to like pick him out in stuff, like you said, like the Burton Batman stuff, or like he did voice work for quite a few shows that I would watch. Like the 2012 Ninja Turtles, he played a character on that series. It was like, I think you guys would like, he was actually like a D&D playing character. And as soon as I heard his voice, I'm like, that sounds a little Pee-wee-ish. It is. It's Paul. It's like, it brought a smile to my face knowing that this little nerdy character is Paul Rubens. And I'm like, that's cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking up. I'm trying to find the name of the character. He played Sir Malachi in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Sir Malachi.
Yeah. Thank you. Jason not pronouncing strikes again.
Well, you just remind me. I totally even forgot what the character's name was, and I got the Ninja Turtle podcast, so that's on.
Recently, his last live action thing, he played Sandy Batinsky on The Connors, and I was happy to see him pop up on that show. Super funny appearance. I mean, it's sad that that's the one he goes out on, but it was still, really good. He was also on DC's Legends of Tomorrow pretty recently as well. So
if you haven't seen it, check out his 30 Rock appearance. Like, it is one of the funniest things I've ever watched in my life. Thank you all for coming to my birthday. Like, I love that line delivery. It kills me every time.
And he was Locke in Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, guys, jump on his IMDb. This guy has done some stuff. Matilda, he was an FBI agent. That's one of my daughter's favorite movies. He was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, man, Paul Rubens, rest in peace. There's so much stuff to check out, and his character in Buffy was really funny.
Awesome.
But I didn't get to talk about this, and so going forward, we're not going to talk about any casting rumors post the announcement of the strike, because none of that stuff is official. They can't sign anything until the strike's over. So ignore anything that you hear. But before the strike happened, and I don't know how I feel about them cramming a bunch of characters in a new DC movie, but I am really happy that Nathan Fillion is playing Guy Gardner in the Superman movie. I love Nathan Fillion, and I want to see him be Green Lantern. I think that's something the fan base has wanted to see for a very long time. And now James Gunn, I mean, none of us are surprised that James Gunn is putting Nathan Fillion in a DC movie. Yeah. But I wanted to jump on and say, like, I'm stoked. I love Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, me too. It should be fun. And Frank, he died of cancer, I believe.
Who did?
Someone
asking in the chat, like how he died.
He passed of cancer. He pretty much like Chadwick Boseman situation. He kept it private.
Yeah, I think the estate or his PR team didn't release a statement until after he'd passed. So
yeah. But guys, we're giving away Fandango gift cards. So let me pull up something here real quick, and we'll get you guys a question. Some kind of a trivia question about Pee Wee Herman. So let's go. Silence is not golden, Justin and Mike. Let's talk.
Man, Paul, you should have prepared for that. You should have had these questions. Is silence golden now?
Just shots fired over the bow. Mike, let's talk about your Ninja Turtles podcast.
Sure. Because I'll give you a brief summary of my Mutant Mayhem. I enjoyed it. I'll get into details on my podcast, which will have an episode out tomorrow. It's called Full Price for Late Pizza. And I'm returning to it after a 4-month hiatus, I guess. 5 months.
Would you call it a late pizza?
It is a very late pizza. So you are paying the full price, I guess. But it's a free podcast, so that is the full price. So that should be up tomorrow night at some point. And
sorry everybody. I'm currently moving, so my prep time has not been super great.
You're good.
But I got a question. All right, so in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, what is Francis's last name? Drop that in the comments. Let me know. I don't care if you Google it. Just be the first one to send it over to us. And I will get you guys a $15 gift card to Fandango. No other purchase is required. It's a legit gift card. You guys can go on, spend $15. I think you can get digital movies through Fandango now as well.
Yeah, I think so.
So, just drop it in the comments. We'll keep going. And then, moving sucks. Like, it sucks really, really bad. I'm a physical media guy. Mike's a physical media guy. I love my physical media until I have to move my physical media. And then you think about, like, the prospect of just burning it all so you don't have to move it.
Or selling it.
This could all be on a hard drive.
Because I have about 200 VHS tapes and about 600, like, DVDs and Blu-rays. And just moving the VHS tapes was the worst thing ever. They're so heavy. And it doesn't matter what size box you get. They're still so heavy. It's so bad.
So what was the worst part of the move? Was it just boxing the stuff up?
Was it the actual transport?
No. The worst part of the move was just getting it done. I mean, getting it done in the short amount of time I had to get it done. So
you broke your lease. How much time did they give you? Were they a-holes about it?
I was getting out by the end of the month. That's what I told them. I said I'm leaving by the end of the month because
end of last month or end of August? You had plenty of time. It was end of August.
No, and I told them I was leaving by August 1st, so I didn't have to pay another month's rent there. But my uncle inherited a place, and he gave me it's a duplex, so there's two houses next to each other, and he gave me the other half to come live in. He didn't give it to me. I mean, I pay rent. But family discount. So it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up, and I love this place. It's amazing. And like
I love moving. I was like, gotcha.
This is not going to be my normal podcasting background. My daughter's mom's urn won't be in every background shot, but Yeah, she's always wanted to be on this podcast, so she's here joining us.
You should just move her every episode.
I should put her in the background. And
That seems cheesy. I'm not a big fan of it. I said it, and then I regretted saying it.
my daughter, they asked my daughter to bring to school, to carry her stuff, anything but a book bag, get creative. She's like, Dad, can I take my mom's urn in a stroller? I'm like, yeah, you should do that. That's awesome.
What? There's so many opportunities for that to go bad and have human remains.
I mean, I'm sure she's careful with it and everything.
She wanted to do it for the joke. Like she's my child. Like she
I'm not saying.
She's like, what are they going to say to me?
Oh no, it's just for like the sentimental attachment to it, and so forth, like in case something happened. But I'm sure she was,
they'd be
fine with it. So
yeah, this is like right after it happened too, and she's like, I'm gonna do that. What are they gonna say? They can't tell me no. Like, are they gonna tell me no? I'll just pretend to cry.
Everyone processes in different ways. So.
Yeah. Lean into it, sure.
Yeah, gotta lean into it. Now I get what you're saying about like, especially the physical media side of things. I haven't had to do a major move since my physical media collection is like blown up, and that's one thing I'm kind of like, yeah. Some of this stuff, if I were ever to like do a huge move, like some of this definitely I'd sell off. Not the VHSs though. I don't know why. But I've definitely been eyeing some stuff anyways, just to kind of be like, I don't need this anymore. Just because
nostalgia to VHS, man.
Yeah.
I occasionally watch movies on VHS because, like I said, I have a bunch, and it's just from the opening like previews, and some of the movies, especially like the Warner Brothers stuff from the 80s, have like short cartoons or short little ads using Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, and it's something nostalgic about popping it in and sitting through that stuff, and like the old Blockbuster commercials and some of them, and I dig that so much. I don't do it all the time, but
if you guys don't give John all of the VHSs you don't want, I'd be very disappointed. He has a whole shelf dedicated to things he doesn't like.
He does have a whole shelf dedicated to like junk.
Yeah. So please, just like force him to either get rid of the stuff or get a new shelf. I think that'd be.
I'm going to throw that
fun.
trivia question out again, real quick. What was Francis's last name in Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Guys, just drop it in the comments section. Win a free gift card. But yeah.
What's ours?
The furniture too. I'm glad I had you and John to help me move the furniture. That was definitely a plus. It was John started at one point just putting stuff in the hallway, which made it hard to get to the rooms when we needed to get to the rooms to move furniture. But I can't complain. I mean,
I think just some folks didn't have the full scope of what had to go where, so just one of those things. I would say the angle of your basement stairs is precarious at best. Like
it is.
I would hire folks to move stuff down there at some point rather than. But Mike, are you excited for Baldur's Gate 3 at all? I'm very excited, and I feel like that'd be a game you'd enjoy.
Aside from that one scene I saw, yeah, sure, I might check it out. I'll see. I'm not.
It's just like you're burgeoning.
I know it's
D&D. It's like
developing my D&D a little bit.
Seems like. And we could all play together. We could play.
Yeah,
it'd
be a good access point, maybe.
Yeah.
It'd be a good access point on that front.
Yeah.
Just because I know it's hard to kind of do like the online campaigning with just regular D&D, so like being able to do that would probably be different. I just saw that scene of bear seduction, and I was like,
the druid. Yeah.
I was just like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But Justin, I wanted to talk to you about this because you're into magic, and we talk about magic. I wish Max was here for this, but
like magic rings, and
they
is this your card?
Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, they really like everything they did to promote the Lord of the Rings set, like from a financial standpoint, was brilliant. That one ring gimmick really put the fuel under magic. And what's surprising to me is even after the one ring was found, which Post Malone bought for $2.5 million, which to me is insane, but the collector's boxes are still going $400 with the ring found.
Well, because Magic, and they could go back, and I believe they said that they're not going to reprint any of these Lord of the Rings cards. Like, it's either you buy into this set where you are not going to get a reprint of this stuff.
There's other lottery cards as well, but
Sure.
the next universe beyond, they're going to Doctor Who, which to me seemed very surprising because it's not as mainstream as like Lord of the Rings is or Transformers they did before.
I think it depends on the market, right? I mean, are you saying Doctor Who's not mainstream in England? Like, it depends on, like, in the UK. Like, if Magic is an international brand, and I believe it is, like, they're probably giving something to the folks over the pond, as they say. And there's a lot of, I mean, I'm a Doctor Who fan. Like, this is kind of cool. I mean, it seems, I don't know, a part of me feels like it's childish. I know it's a card game. I know it's CCG, so I get it. It is childish. But, like, it feels on the childish side of the spectrum of this. But if it makes people happy and they enjoy it, and I don't care. Like, it looks cool. Like, I don't know. I would grab a couple of doctors probably in terms of, like, David Tennant. If they have, like, specific all the different doctors in the editions, like, that would be a cool collection, I think.
You know, Justin, you're brilliant because I didn't even think about that. Doctor Who has a family quality. Because whenever we go to cons, we see whole families dressed up in Doctor Who garb. And this is a great way to introduce, like, children and younger people into Magic the Gathering by introducing the Doctor Who set.
Yeah, imagine, if you're a dad or a mom and you're like, hey, I really like Magic. I want to get my kids into it. And some of this art might be a little bit too graphic. I'm not sure I can give you an example of it, but, like, here's the TARDIS, Jimmy. Enjoy.
I don't know what set it was, man, but there's a like a ninja set where, like, the lands
Kamigawa.
are, like, anime-ish. So looks so cool.
Yeah.
I need to start playing Magic again.
If you enjoy your money, you won't. I always tell it to everybody that tries to get into Magic. I was like, if you like lighting your money on fire, enjoy the cardboard crack, because that is what it is.
Well, I never, even when I played Magic regularly, I never spent a lot of money on it. I just made, decent decks.
Well, good for you, because I have stopped buying stuff just because it's just like, oh, I need to go and get some more stuff. It is. It's like, oh, I want to do something to my house. No. I want to build a deck that's way too expensive and then show it off to people that don't care.
I want to buy the One Ring.
Oh, jeez. It'd be cool. I mean, imagine grabbing that card. I'd have a heart attack.
You're pulling that out of a pack like somebody is a millionaire overnight.
Yeah.
Because Post Malone bought your card off of you.
Well, it wasn't just Post Malone, right? There was other stores and other places that were like, hey, if you pull this card, we were happy to give you X amount of dollars. So, like, Post Malone seems like a giant Magic player, so I'm totally cool with him owning it. Like, it seemed like it went to the right home. If you're going to spend an absurd amount of money, I'm sure he can take the hit. And he's a big fan of it. So cool.
What was it? $2 million?
2.5.
Yeah, he can afford that.
It's probably a weekend.
He just released a new album. He's good.
But I guess that $2.5 million. The card's not even playable, from my understanding.
I'd have to look into it, but probably not. I mean, I don't think they're playable in
it's
actual
the one
league
right?
play, which is fine. What?
How can it not be play? It's the one.
So, you can play it like in Commander and stuff, but I think you're talking about like tournaments and stuff, which
it'd be like tournament over because I got the One Ring. So.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? Mordor.
They have other editions of the One Ring card in the set, but not that particular
OG Forged in the Fire of Mount Doom One Ring.
Right. This is very specific art. But to go back to your original question, I mean. Cool. Like Doctor Who stuff. Like, I'm curious if the gimmicks will ever run thin. Maybe not. Maybe just nostalgia enough to you'll just pump this stuff out. But
they can make decks out of whatever IP they
agreed. Whatever they own.
Association with.
So to Jason's point before, pre-podcast, it was just like, hey, on Power Rangers. I imagine that's coming. I imagine they're going to have a Power Ranger themed Magic the Gathering set. They'd be silly not to.
Does Hasbro do that Marvel, what is it, Snapped I've been seeing stuff for?
I don't think so.
No? That's another company? Okay.
I've not heard of that game, but
I just see it sometimes in Barnes & Noble. I don't look too closely, but it's in card deck playing, categories of Barnes & Noble. Right. It's Snapped or whatever it is.
Makes sense.
Fun.
But I did see they're going to do a Fallout and Final Fantasy themed set. So there's more kind of interesting stuff coming down the line for Magic too.
I was talking to Ben, your roommate, who's been on the show before, and he was saying how he'd like to see Magic do a Resident Evil set, and I think it'd be fascinating to see Magic do like a horror set, like maybe not necessarily Resident Evil, but maybe like a Nightmare on Elm Street set or something like that. I think that could be cool.
They did the toes into Godzilla, so why couldn't they do like other monsters and things like that? Kaiju related. I mean, it wouldn't be the craziest art they've ever done, so I'm totally down with that. I think classic monsters would be a lot of fun too.
Yeah. But I want, of course, Power Rangers. I want that set like tomorrow, guys. Let's make it happen, please. Mm-hmm. There's colors right there. You guys got the colors, like they're all colors. So,
and they got different power ups as well, too, right? Because they don't just stay Power Rangers, and their Zords just don't stay regular Zords. Like they level up stuff. So,
did you guys hear about the riot in New York around that video game console giveaway? I mean, Mike, you probably heard it. It's probably on the news for you.
Yeah. I was getting a lot of news in the feed about so Times Square, stay out. No, it was like a streamer or something was having a giveaway and just caused pandemonium, right?
Yeah, as a Twitch streamer, he's got. I'm reading this article about him now, but 6.5 million subscribers on Twitch. So he's just handing out apparently consoles, right? I mean, you probably have more information than I do from the news, but he caused a whole riot.
Man, letting influencers become celebrities was the worst mistake ever. Yeah. We should just all be small fries.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't think this guy realized it would cause riots, right? I mean, he's just giving away stuff.
Yeah, except, it's console. It's expensive shit, I'm sure, that people will fight tooth and nail to have.
Yeah, well, they went, crowd quickly became beyond the police's ability to control, climbing on cars and throwing furniture.
The thing is, too, there was lack of structure in the giveaway, probably. It reminded me a lot of, when I heard about it, it was reminding me of, something Logan Paul did years ago at, one of the video, the YouTube convention things, where it was just, a scavenger hunt he was doing, but there was no, actual structure to it. He was just going around, being Logan Paulish around his fans, and they all just, rioted. So
man, they arrested this guy. I didn't realize. I guess at the bottom of the article, they arrested him. Dang.
Yeah, because he
incited a riot, basically, right?
That's a whole. People got hurt, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, if not that, property damage at the very least with the throwing of stuff.
Yep. So
wild.
Just have regular online giveaways like we're doing right here, right now.
We got Fandango.
I don't want to. We don't have to see you in person. I don't want to meet you in person.
I would love to meet you in person. Come hang out with us at Monroe Pop Fest next month.
Shameless plug.
We'll be hanging out with FSF Popcast or Tim because he's the only one from that podcast that's coming.
I'm excited for Monroe. I always said. I mean, I've been there 2 years in a row now. I think I've really enjoyed Monroe. I hope folks get to check it out.
It's small.
I really do enjoy it.
I'm excited for the horror people this year because they're bringing in some people. They're bringing in Jude Courtney, who played Michael Myers in the new trilogy.
Oh, that's fun.
So I'm kind of excited to meet him.
When is that going to be again?
That is let me pull up the date. September 12th, I believe.
Well, we'll see. Because that's the thing too. Is what are they all going to be talking? What are people going to be talking about?
Yeah, what are they talking about? Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah.
That's a good question. I asked him, and he said that everybody was still good to do panels. So, we'll see. I'll find something to talk to them about.
They could be at panels, but
they could be at panels. Yeah. A lot of we were mentioning before the podcast, a lot of the actors that had panels when it was okay, let's stop talking about stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them,
the actors might like the panels more now because
just shoot the shit.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to meeting Tim
Cook. Their personality, right?
Yeah. Tim Cook is on my top list of Monroe Pop Fest people to meet.
Wait, who's that again?
Tim Cook.
Sounds like the Apple guy.
Yeah, I was about to say the Apple guy's going to be at Monroe Pop Fest. That's awesome.
He's the voice of Skeletor and a bunch of other people.
Wait a minute.
And
in one of the new He-Man things. Not Revelation.
The old one.
Oh, the old one.
Tom Cook, not Tim Cook.
I was Tim Cook is for sure the Apple guy.
I was so confused.
Tom Cook.
Old Tom.
But it's the 15th and 16th of September. Should be a fun show. Like I'll pull it up here so we can see everybody that's coming.
It gives you plenty of time to come up with like both project related questions just in case, things are resolved and they can start talking about projects, and then just casual questions just to be like, yo, so Saturday nights, what is your go-to thaw out of the freezer dish?
What banquet meal do you like the most?
Cake.
Here we go.
It's always cake.
So this is who we're looking at now. We got somebody from The Purge, VHS, which Justin and I watched VHS 94 for Frady Geeks. Guys should go back and check that out. Some wrestlers for John. Like I said, Tom Cook up here.
Just for John.
Just for John.
Just for John. They came just for John specifically. Yeah. So nice little.
Got some Rangers there for you.
Yep. I love the fact that cons, any Power Ranger they get is going to attract an audience. It doesn't matter what series they run, as long as they get a Power Ranger. But
as long as that Power Ranger didn't get into any legal troubles.
Mike, surprisingly, has seen more movies, theatrical movies, in the last 2 months than I have. Because you saw Oppenheimer, you saw Barbie, you saw Turtles.
Yep.
Yep.
They're fun.
Yep.
All good times.
So was Barbie fun? I've heard mixed reviews on that one.
No, it's awesome. Barbie's great. Barbie was a lot of fun, and that was the thing. Like, I wasn't one of those oh, it's gonna be Barbie, so it's gonna suck. Because that's I was just I'm really curious because the production design looked insane, and it lived up to it. And that goes for Oppenheimer too. Oppenheimer, insane production design. I'm not totally convinced he didn't have a nuke on set. And Ninja Turtles, like I said, not going to get into details here, but great design overall. I really dug it story-wise and animation-wise. So
yeah, the
animation was real cool.
Insane. Everybody seems to love that new Ninja Turtles. Somebody said it's the best Ninja Turtles movie in years. It's the best Ninja Turtles movie in 30 years, everybody. Let's be real. Yeah. In years. I mean, I liked Out of the Shadow, but it's not a great movie. By any stretch of the imagination.
It's different expectations too. I'm going into it as someone who would like more serious Turtles eventually. But for what we got with regards to revisiting a more comedic type of interpretation of Turtles, I thought it was great. And for that goes for Barbie. I was just I didn't know what to go. I knew it was going to be kind of meta and would probably be referencing a lot of the doll's history. And I was and it does it really well and got me crying at the end, actually.
That, I think, is the disconnect with a lot of audiences with Barbie. Is little girls, the kids and stuff, parents are taking their kids to see it, not expecting the meta angle, which is why I think a lot of younger kids are not enjoying Barbie as much.
Or you could be like Ben Shapiro, who went in there just with a notepad and pen to write a whole fucking dissertation about
this is why I don't like this because it's woke agenda because grift.
Man,
I like Greta Gerwig. I really like Lady Bird. I like that movie quite a bit.
No, Greta Gerwig's great.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you.
I know.
You go into it to enjoy it, or go in with an open mind, or you go in because you're already leaning into this whole I'm outraged. My childhood.
I don't understand that.
Wokeified.
If you know you're not gonna like it, then don't go see it. That's.
Well, they got to talk about it because then they can't make money off of it that way by outraging about it, faux outraging about it. It's a grift. It's all a grift.
Hey, different topic. Not that I want to stop this one. You can keep talking about it.
It's all good.
But I'm curious. Do you know what we're gonna do for film festivals and for award shows? Are those just not happening this year? If the strike continues?
I think the Emmys canceled.
Did they?
Yeah, I think so.
I know, some movie premieres have already, I think the biggest celebrity they got for the Ninja Turtles movie premiere was the I Like Turtles kid, now all grown up.
Oh, what a good moment for him, though.
It was actually kind of a cool clip. He showed up at the movie premiere in the zombie makeup.
Good for him.
I'm really confused. That's why I'm looking forward to having Josh Schubert on in a couple weeks, because, I don't know, how to support the strike, because, we had talked about getting rid of streaming services, but then I read online actors saying don't do that. It's part of our negotiation tactic. We want you tuning in.
Yeah.
But they're not going to the premieres to support their projects. So should we not be supporting their projects? But
Well-
some of the actors get back end deals,
I
so
think
we
that's
should
part of
support
it.
their projects.
I think that's part of it is they would want you to probably support the project because they will still get residuals off of it. But, you know, if they're not going to be getting like proper compensation for doing extra promo work for it, then they're not going to. And that's also why, like, if I were to do, like, I did a review of the Ninja Turtles movie, but I put a little disclaimer at the top of it saying, like, by the way, I watched this movie while the strike is going on, and this movie would. They put out like a general statement to say if you're going to review something, whether you're in the union or not, it'd be probably best just to say this product wouldn't have been possible without the hard work of a lot of writers and talent and so forth. So please, if you can, find ways to support the striking, you know, organizations. But I think, yeah, you can still like talk about stuff and promote it if you're not directly related to it or connected to it. Like we can talk about it on here. It's just, you know,
The thing that blew my mind, and I'm just using this as an example. So like a show like The Big Bang Theory, for instance, it goes to syndication. It makes a lot of money on regular television. But when they sell The Big Bang Theory to a streaming service, the actors, the writers, all those people, they don't get any residuals for streaming. And to me, that's just insane because everything is on streaming now. So, you know, they have all these wonderful old shows that we all love watching, but nobody's getting paid off of them except for the executives. And to me, that I can't believe that went on this long.
That's also why they've been saying, and why some actors that we were talking about got in trouble for it, is why they're saying, like, if you show up at like conventions and stuff, you can't talk about even your past stuff because you still won't make money off of it, and they'll just go into more of the streaming service or the company who currently owns it. It'll just go into their pockets primarily. So, yeah,
that's so shitty.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
It's not great. Yeah.
And that, I mean, that's the whole point, though, is that it's supposed to be frustrating on the front that, like, yeah, you're not going to get new product or you're not going to get new shows for a while, or, you know, a lot of your favorite celebrities or actors are going to be tight-lipped about projects, but also it helps draw awareness as to why they're being tight-lipped about it. Like, here's why they're not going to talk about it. So,
like, please let me finish my statement because it's going to sound like I'm being outrageous. Like, I understand to an extent why CEOs make more money than I'd say other people because, you know, they got to where they are from, you know, in general, working hard. But the amount of money they make is utterly ridiculous. Like, I get it. You made it to the CEO of the company. Like, you're in charge of this whole boat. But you really need to make $32 million a year when you have starving people working for you that are barely making minimum wage. Like, a lot of the writers could be making more going to McDonald's. And that's insane.
I agree with your sentiment, other than, like, there's probably a good chunk of those CEOs that lucked into or born into it.
That's
or
fair.
Nepotism. So that's the only thing I would have quibbles with on that front. But you're definitely right. It's like salaries are out of control when it comes to those higher ups. It's like I'm not expecting them to make a frugal kind of lifestyle or anything like that. But the fact that they're just hoarding it away mainly for just their own kind of personal, like, multi-million-dollar salary is insane, especially when you've got millionaires involved in this strike that are actually, like, donating millions to the funds.
Yeah.
You got, like, Ben Affleck and
Leonardo
Dwayne The Rock Johnson donated a shit ton. So
yeah,
good for him.
they did it so that the writers that didn't have a lot of money and the actors that don't have a lot of money can live through this. And guys, like, support it. You know, I play around with Chat GPT because I like to make up goofy stuff, but I don't want Chat GPT or AI writing any of the stuff I watch because it's fun to read like a 2-page like goofy story, but there is no life in any of these stories at all. I don't want AI in charge of my entertainment.
And even I'm going to tell you what to like, and you're going to like.
Yeah. And even if you're looking for, like, that, like you were saying, that unreal kind of, like, lifeless tone because you think it's kind of quirky and interesting, like, there are writers who write that stuff already, like, really well. Like, there used to be this Twitter handle I used to follow because he would do this joke where he would write, if I fed this AI like 1,000 hours worth of Batman material, cartoons, movies, and stuff, and it came up with this script, and it fooled me. Like I was like, yeah, this sounds like a rudimentary like AI program, but no, it was him like writing this stuff, and I'm like, I didn't find that out until later, and I'm like, that's really talented when you're able to make it sound like it came from a dumbass AI.
Yeah, I'm educating myself as best I can. Like I said, I've got guests lined up to come on and kind of break it down, answer some of our questions, but it's just the whole syndication thing just really blew my mind. Like they're making nothing, maybe a little bit, but not enough to do anything with. Like I think one actor shared a 5-cent residual check.
Yeah,
online.
it's pennies.
Somebody shared a 0.00 residual check.
Yeah, well, Justin, you and I talked about this a couple weeks before we went on our break and stuff. Like, yeah, the basically we have like other big names out there picketing too, saying like, as soon as stuff went to streaming, like those checks ran dry. Like it's great for immediate like theatrical and physical media release stuff, but then as soon as it goes to the streaming, it just all those checks just went. So
that's just.
Yep.
Did you know Dog the Bounty Hunter has just discovered he has an adult son? So I'm just perusing the entertainment like news sites, and I'm just like, that seems like a shocking headline to me.
I know.
I don't love
that surprised me, Justin.
I'm gonna be level with you, Justin. I never watched Dog the Bounty Hunter, so I have no clue. I have no clue.
I mean,
I've heard the name. But...
Yeah. It just cracked me up. I was like, because what's the news now with all the striking and stuff? I was like perusing the entertainment sites. I was like, what are we even talking about? Most of it's nonsense. And I was like, well, this seems like an important thing. Hey, I found my son. Like, all right.
Okay. I guess there's some silver lining amidst all of it.
Yeah, I was like, man,
is his adult son a SAG member?
Oh man, maybe.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Hey, he just discovered who I am, and also.
SAG yeah.
Well, congratulations on being alive, Dog the Bounty Hunter. I thought you died years ago.
We're happy you're alive.
Dog the Bounty Hunter is all of a sudden back in the news cycle, so good for him, I guess.
Hey, I found his son.
That was really the whole news headline for me, is that he's still alive. I don't know why I thought he died.
I think his wife died.
Oh, maybe that's it.
That might.
Way to bring me down, Jason.
That happens occasionally.
Like, hey, did someone die in that family?
You brought up the non sequitur of Dog the Bounty Hunter, Justin.
I didn't expect us to go right to, is he still alive?
I didn't go to, is he still alive? I said congratulations on
still being here.
Yeah, my bad. That's my fault. You're right.
What's up, Kathleen? Answer the question in the comments, Kathleen, and win a $15 Fandango gift card.
Now that's the thing. It's like we can promote that because that's not one of, as far as I know, not a studio trying to screw people out. It's just a distribution thing for.
Yeah, get you a Dango.
Get your Fandango on.
Yeah.
Get your Fandango while you learn some Duolingo and learn how to tango.
Oh, we should have went right into like one of those old Fanta commercials. Don't you wanna? Dango.
Well, we can vamp for a while if Jason, you want to bring up an old Fanta commercial.
Just remind people. They have to know
Fanta
about
commercial.
Sure. Fantas. Man, I had a crush on the purple one. Back in the day.
That was my favorite flavor.
97, 98 or whatever those came out. It's like, I was like, the purple one's got it going on. Good for her.
I'm a big fan.
I think there was a purple one. I don't remember.
We're about to find out if you're a liar.
Yeah. I know there's definitely an orange one.
There we go.
This seems way.
This looks like it's from 1970.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We haven't done this in a while. It's like Power Rangers.
Yeah, there she is. Yeah,
you did it.
I think it's her. Whatchamacallit.
Is there no AC
Bob.
in the hotel? That dude was sweaty.
You're not lying, man. The purple one is beautiful.
Yeah.
They're all attractive. What are you doing here?
This is the weirdest episode of Voltron I've ever seen.
The most camera time. It's like, and also I like. I'm guessing it's grape flavor, so I like grape. So.
Me too. I'm a grape guy too.
So I think that's why I have a proclivity more for the purple one.
We just need one more person. We could have. Don't you wanna Fandango?
Kathleen Walsh, you want a $15 gift card to Fandango. Congratulations.
Thanks for watching. Good job, Kathleen. We're real proud of you.
Here we go. That's appropriate. Ah!
And then want a Fanta? Don't you
Thank you,
want a
Kathleen.
Fanta? Yeah, we want a Fanta.
Yeah.
That was the driest way of saying yes. I also would like a Fanta. It's exciting, Jason. Fantas are cool.
Fantas are gross, except for I think the
Damn.
grape one.
Yeah, except for those spokespeople. Pretty gross.
Like I'd rather have Crush, Orange.
We might
Crush
have to have a hard
That's what
conversation
I
in the
want.
next episode.
Orange Crush.
I'm gonna have a whole PowerPoint explanation of why Fanta does not suck.
I mean, that's probably what our podcast will have to become soon.
Justin is Fanta's one fan.
Yeah, one
better
fan.
than Shasta, I gotta say. Like
Shasta?
Yeah,
You don't like
Shasta's gross.
Shastas?
No, can you still buy Shasta?
No. I just enjoy saying the word.
Grape Crush is better. I concur.
It's good.
Yes, okay. If we're
I
going on the
concur.
spectrum of drinks, Crush is better than Fanta.
I
That
got a
doesn't
local
mean I
sub
don't like
place, and they always
Fanta.
have Grape Crush. I'm like,
That's
yeah.
true.
Man, Justin is very, very, very upset about this Fanta controversy.
I am being animated and trying to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathleen, for watching.
I think after seeing the Fanta commercial, we had to picked up our
I was
energy.
dancing with
Yeah,
it. It brought me up.
I really want a Fanta now.
Yeah, I mean, we should just end it. Let's go.
If you grab a stick out of the yard while drinking a Fanta, does it become a Fanta stick?
I like
solid,
that.
solid. Give him a card.
That deserves a
Give him a
solid
card.
Pee-wee Herman.
Give him a card. give him a card.
Largo's Lair, you have won a $15
You're welcome.
gift card to Fandango. Email me directly at 3geekspodcast@gmail.com. I'm not even kidding. 3geekspodcast@gmail.com. That is the dad joke of the week.
We get,
So we're
man, that's our Oprah moment.
Giving
You
him out.
fan
We're giving him
names?
out for Pee Wee Herman trivia and for just having great dad jokes.
Yeah.
All right, I
Solid.
see.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He's not trying too hard for it. He didn't even know we were going to do that.
Yeah.
He just dropped
I
that
didn't know we were
gem
going to
in
do
the
that until I
chat.
said it. Yeah.
It reminds me of that one con we all did together where we did a remake live. It was a Mario Brothers remake. or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And it's like whoever chose this team, you'll be getting some stuff, and then you were just immediately like, "Oh, everyone's getting something."
Yeah,
Because
it
we
cracked
just
me
need
up.
to get
Don't
rid of
worry.
stuff.
Everyone
And I'm like,
gets-
"Okay, so there's no stakes.
Yeah, no, enjoy.
Enjoy."
You
Max
were
and I,
with
Max and I really do turn into Oprah at these panels that
Yeah.
we do. We always give
You get a DVD.
everything
You
away.
get a DVD. You get a DVD. Hey, if you
Whether
do
they
you
did
just
what we
players
asked
at
them
your
to do or
house?
not. Did you subscribe? No, I don't have my phone's not working. It's okay. Grab a prize.
We're happy you exist.
Are
Enjoy.
you breathing right now?
Yeah.
Here, have an Avengers Age of
Are
Ultron.
your synapses firing? I hope so. Enjoy.
I do
Oh,
have
man.
some of these to give away. Digital codes for Avatar and Evil Dead Rise.
Did you just randomly buy those, or did like those come in the mail to give out?
They came in my physical edition copies of these.
Oh,
And I have so I share a Voodoo account with a friend who bought those two movies on Voodoo. So I didn't need the codes. So I figured, maybe we'll give them away on one of our shows.
solid.
Are
I
you
mean,
listening to the Fanta commercial right now on your
I'm just
own?
in it, man. I'm in it
Okay.
now.
He is.
I'm just in it now.
You're like,
Just
wait,
Fanta in it. I should just have it up. What if
Fanta
that,
commercial
what if that was
and-
just it? Just Fanta.
And Mentos commercials really get Justin jazzed.
Wait, am I an 85-year-old man, Jason? I've not seen a Mentos in my life.
yeah, man, yeah. I think I've had like a Mentos like once in my life.
Me and
Yeah, it was because my grandfather gave it to me before he died of old age.
Fury, Jason Fury, and you guys go check him out on Instagram. We used to go walk to Rite Aid. Rite Aid was like CVS back in the day, everybody. But we used to walk to Rite Aid and we'd buy like a ton of Mentos and we'd microwave them to make them soft. They were really, really good. Well, we ate our cheese and mayonnaise sandwiches.
Isn't
So-
Rite Aid still a thing? Rite Aid's still a thing. There's some Rite Aids around here.
I don't know if there's any in Columbus.
So
There's one,
so
there's one in Players.
you'd microwave the Mentos. Now they just completely melt, or are they just more malleable than?
No, well, we didn't do it super long.
Just liquid. Just pour
Okay.
the
It's like
Mentos in
you
your mouth. Ugh.
Like you put them
It
in a
still
bowl.
had a
and you-
candy
That'll
shell.
make me shiver. And not for
Mentos
Fanta.
soup.
Add some spearmint gum in there. Now we're really talking. Oh.
I love
that should
Mentos.
be a top 5.
I mean,
like,
yeah, but not
worst
like to drink.
combination.
I wouldn't like Mentos
No.
in liquid form.
No, we did it just so they were soft, like
And like
15 seconds.
heated liquid form. So,
They were
okay,
good.
so squishy. Okay.
Okay. I believe you.
That makes way more sense.
I mean, sure it does.
I'm glad nobody commented on the cheese sandwiches and blew past
I we're all disappointed in you.
No, I didn't hear anything about this. I was still caught up on Mentos.
We used to buy Mentos and eat cheese and mayonnaise sandwiches. It's like the whitest meal you can have for a snack.
Again, it's like you're in the retirement home. Mentos and a cheese sandwich.
I mean,
same kid who was watching a Matlock at 6 years old.
Yeah, you were born 85.
I'm really not
Which is
gonna
on
be
Amazon.
judging y'all.
Yeah.
I can't be judging y'all on the stuff you did food wise when you were younger, because I'm telling on myself a little bit here. Back in the day, I would like sometimes have a teaspoon full of baking soda just on its own. Yeah.
What? Okay.
Back in the
Okay.
day.
Well, now we're here, Mike. Why? You brought us
First
here.
of all, I was like 6 years old.
Okay.
And there would be times where I'd be left to my own devices. And so I'd go into the fridge and be like, wonder what there is to eat. Arm & Hammer. Huh.
Did
you like it though? You had to have, I guess.
It was fine from what I remember. Who knows what the long-term ramifications were for me?
Oh, Mike, do you ever talk to a doctor about it? Like, listen, doc, I ate a lot of bacon.
I think it was literally just for like a month-long period, and then I was like, okay, that was fun. We're done.
Was it like open, like for like the deodorizing the refrigerator, like that? Like
Mike wanted a raw cookie.
Beats me. I turned out fine, clearly.
Yeah, you're doing great, bud.
Whenever I take a bath or go in the tub now, I just sink to the bottom. like one of those mini toy submarines.
I got concrete in my bones.
Over here, Justin. What weird shit did you eat as a child?
Yeah, what'd you get into?
Wow, what weird crap did I eat? Oh boy, I'm sure plenty of it. Man, I suck at getting put on the spot about stuff like that. I can't think of anything. Like I would tell you, I have no qualms about telling you.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I have no problem telling you that I did that when I was like 6 years old.
Yeah,
I'm sure I did some other stuff too. I'm trying to remember what else I ate. That would have been weird.
When I was older, when I was like 17, I came home from high
Oh,
school.
radishes. I was a big radish. Not radish. No, forgive me. What's purple and like beets? I was a big beets guy. Yeah, I was a big beets guy when I was a kid.
Like raw?
Pickled.
Oh, what the? I mean,
okay, but it wasn't like it was at my grandma's house. That was just like a jar of pickled stuff.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. That's like an actual food, at least. It's not like you took like a raw.
I'm sorry, Mike. I don't have like me eating salt like out of the container.
Have anything that could actively kill you.
I mean, I did the cinnamon challenge once, so that makes you feel any better. That was me being dumb.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Oh damn! How'd that go for you?
Bad. Real bad. I thought I was gonna die.
No. Yeah, that could like score your lungs and stuff. Wow.
Yeah, it was real dumb. I didn't know about it. My buddy came after it was like I was like a sophomore in college. He came over to my house and he was like, "Hey, if you tried to scoop cinnamon and try to eat it, you could. I bet you couldn't do it." And me being a pompous ass, I was like, "I could totally do that, man." I shoved that spoon full of cinnamon in my mouth. Instant sand. Like I could not. I was like, I need water. I was just like, I just remember a puff of cinnamon just going into the air.
I did that with crackers. You can't eat 6 crackers in a minute.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, I can. I shoved them all in my mouth.
My humor got the best of me.
I mean, yeah. At least it's edible. So, like I did the ghost reaper or whatever, where you have to like sit with it for 5 minutes without taking water or any kind of fluid. It's like, yeah, that's fine. Now I'm just thinking about weird shit I've eaten or drank in the past. That's what the podcast is going to be from here on out. What weird shit?
We have a lot of success talking about food, though. We really should have a couple more top 5 food categories, especially evening. Evening casts are for food.
And drinks.
We have an evening cast every week.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. And
Guys, we're done talking geek stuff. From now on, we're just going to do
Just
weird
food.
food challenges on our show.
I always posit, though, you can be geeky about everything. So technically, we're still talking about geek stuff, just a
Sure.
different layer of geek.
Word.
Yeah, how we
Just food
traumatized
geeks.
ourselves with food. All this stuff is bad.
Oh, there's a whole channel dedicated to being a food geek.
True.
So it's like, yeah.
Justin,
Yeah,
I'm sorry for your loss today. Justin broke his smoker.
I did. I broke it. I don't even know what happened. It just the buttons won't work. It's an electric smoker, master built. It's fine. It's like a middle grade of the smokers, and like I bought it in April. I don't get it. Like I cooked brisket. I had cooked pork belly, and then we were going to cook
400
some
slabs of chicken. Like every time
there
I
was a
turned
lot
around,
of chicken. We
they
were
were bringing
trying-
in another
Yeah.
huge tray of chicken. I'm like, Justin, how many people do you have coming over?
It
He's
was
like, 5.
Costco. That was literally 2 packages worth of Costco chicken.
Every time
Yeah,
I
it's
turn
a
around,
whole
you
in bulk thing. It's
Yeah.
maybe your smoker's on strike now.
I mean, it certainly struck me because I was upset. I might have struck it a time or two too.
Give your smoker proper residuals, Justin.
That's right, man. I'm paying it every month in electricity.
Sweet watts.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Justin came over to help me move the couch today. He was so excited about a smoker. He was smoking meats all night in the
I
morning.
was. Yes, last night was great. Then oh man, 1:30 rolled around. It was broken, and I was pissed. I was hopping mad.
Maybe that's why Max isn't here. Maybe
He sensed it in the force,
He
the
sensed
smoke
it.
force.
he's having to lie down because
Yeah.
no more smoking meats.
Yeah. You got the meat sweats. It's like, oh.
Just had a huge traumatic event.
I was told he had to rest today.
Florida, and he's like, oh god, did I have bacon yesterday? What happened?
Yeah, Justin asked me today because I told him my cholesterol was high. We're going to get into old people talk right now. And I said, he goes, are you going to go full vegan? Guys, I would love to go full vegan. Like, Beyond Meat has really done something special with their fake meats. Like, I love their hamburger patties, but nobody has perfected bacon yet. Like, I can't go vegan until bacon is perfected.
I mean, there are still is turkey bacon technically better than regular pork bacon, or is it worse?
It's better. It's slightly better for you than
Because I have always
bacon.
enjoyed turkey
Health-wise, it's
bacon.
better for you. Flavor-wise,
Yeah.
But that's not
it's-
vegan.
I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like, for now, you could just try out other vegan stuff, other vegetarian stuff, not go full vegan, but have
Just
your
murder
turkeys.
turkeys.
Yeah, just get your turkey bacon and murder.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them around the area, I'm sure. By the way, happy Oyster Day to everybody. It's apparently it's National Oyster Appreciation Day or something.
Do you
I got-
shuck oysters, or is that just clams?
I think both, but I shucked like a dozen oysters yesterday. Because I was celebrating early because I got like a dozen oysters for like $8. I'm like, these are tasty. Not healthy for you on a regular basis, but tasty.
Not to blow up your spot. Are you close to the coast? Is seafood pretty readily available to you? I know.
I mean, yeah, there's seafood joints that definitely benefit from being close to the coast, I'm sure. But I went to Whole Foods yesterday.
okay. You just
Yeah, and I just shucked them myself with a butter knife. Which
Yeah.
was a little bit
Shuck.
more difficult than an actual shucking knife. We are old
Do you
men.
own a shucking knife? Because that seems very exclusive.
No, my mom found out I was shucking oysters yesterday, and she's like, She emailed me today. It's like, I just got on Amazon, and I'm sending you an oyster shucking knife. It should
What
be
a
there
nice
next week."
mom. She's like, hey, my
She's
son
gave me
is
the knife,
shucking. Now I'm
and
gonna
she's
give you a
getting me the
shucking knife.
chainmail glove so I don't stab myself. Which I didn't stab myself yesterday, so I was
Listen,
happy.
I'm proud of you. That's
Plus.
awesome. And that's right. That's her. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
We are old men.
We're shuckers.
We're shuckers.
Well, one of us, at least. I've never shucked.
You've never shucked?
I've never shucked.
You're still a shucking virgin?
Man,
One of these days.
I'm leaving.
One of these days. We'll teach you how to shuck properly.
Please bring the chainmail.
Jason, have you shucked?
I've shucked.
Okay.
Man, I'm the sole unshucked.
Justin, I'll get you a blow up shuck.
God. Yeah, yeah. It's too on the nose, Jason. How do you practice with a blow up? It just pop.
Yeah, it would.
Well, you practice shucking because it's already loosened up a little bit for you. You see,
Oh, need shucking lube.
it's already loosened up a little bit for you, and it's just as rewarding.
Jesus.
Wow.
Oh, it's been a podcast. It has
We've-
been a podcast. We're
We've done it all,
shuckers as
guys.
Well, kind of.
Man, we don't need to talk about the next movie announcement stuff for a while. We can just do this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had a lot of fun. As soon as we got to Fanta, I was in. We gotta start more dancing podcasts.
Here's what we need to talk to our future guests about. It's like
Uh-huh.
we can talk about the strike stuff and everything and get it, an inside perspective of it all. But then we just got to talk about shucking and food. and stuff.
Yeah, go right into.
I'm sure they'd love it too. Like
yeah,
I'm sure they
random
have
food
great cuisine.
innuendos. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank
Guys,
you. Thank you.
I went back and watched some of our COVID shows we did because there wasn't a lot going on during COVID either.
Yeah.
And this show's gonna get weird over the next like 6, however long this takes.
Start to get weird.
I think that's when we do some of our best work. Is when
That's right. I'm gonna start pulling
Sure.
weird news stories again, and we're gonna get John on here a little bit more again.
that'll be fun.
It will be fun. What is it was in Portland, like the Let's Get Weird city or whatever? We can just take their. It's Keep Portland Weird. Keep 3 Geeks Weird.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna wrap us up here. Listen, we
We
talked
could have
about a
done
lot
something
of
with that.
stuff.
No.
I think
Check
that
out John and I on Matt Talk. And good news, you can follow along by watching Matlock on Amazon Prime. So join us. I was telling Justin, I'm like Matlock during season 4, the season that we're reviewing right now, like the writing, like just overnight got like tremendously better. There's actually like they spend time like developing the red herrings so that it's not just a whole
See you,
episode
Largos.
of yeah, goodbye, Largos. Thanks, buddy. But guys, check out Matt Talk. Check out Mike at youtube.com/Mike McGTV. Check out all of us doing all these fun things at 3 Geeks Podcast, shorts. Omen 2 is better than the Omen 1. I said it. I love that movie a lot.
Go check out Mike's Ninja Turtles podcast too.
Yes.
Price for
full price for lay pizza.
There
It's
you go.
somewhere.
Thank you. It's somewhere. It's everywhere.
Will you have
It's
that
so
out
fun,
this month, Mike? Just kidding.
What's that?
We
It'll
have
be
about-
out.
It doesn't have to be. It's late pizza.
Nah, it'll be out.
Ah.
I got it.
But everybody,
It's
have a
already
great
the case.
day.